All right, here is our continuation for all we know. Last week we made it up until really just the second line, meet again. And you were intuitive enough to add the chords that are in the first two lines to the next two lines. And they are somewhat compatible, but you're going to see that we have some variations today that are very, very nice. So we'll start with the first one. Um, if we go to the very beginning of the song, we see it starts with this E sus4, right? And that is just like a pickup note, if you will. It's just like a lead-in chord. So that really the first chord of the song is that A add 2. Right, that's your first chord of the song. And so the equivalent of that would be on the lyric before you go, and you added the A add 2 there. So for whatever reason, whatever the decision the accompanist made in the recording, it was played as a straight A chord this time. So it lost a little element of the color. Just play a straight A chord. Now, I don't know how deeply last week we got into doing inversions. Did I make some suggestions about inversions? Okay, so probably more so because I want you to just play the chords that are comfortable for you. I can tell you that it sounds like when he plays this A chord, just this straight A chord for the word before, I don't believe that it's being played as a root position chord like that. I believe he's playing it as a second inversion. So the notes would be E, A, and C sharp. Is that doable? Does that feel doable?
Yeah, I'd have to. Yes, I assume so.
Okay. Now you could always, if you feel more comfortable, if when you see an A chord, if your brain immediately goes to root position, by all means play root position because it's still going to be correct. It doesn't have to be that authentic to the recording. But as a point of interest in deciding whether or not you want to take it to this level of accuracy and authenticity, you could play the second inversion. He also kind of rolls the chord a little bit. He also does these little arpeggios after he rolls the chord. So it'll go like, which you do not have to do. But in fact, it's probably better to take the approach of playing it more skeletally at first and then fill it in later. Because if arpeggiating makes it so that it's that much more difficult to get to the next chord, I'd rather you just block the chords and play it, Okay, so you have the A, before you go. When you get to the go, instead of playing the F sharp 7 flat 9, that's in the beginning, for the word go, you're going to play an E minor over B. Now, this E minor over B is, in the recording anyway, first inversion. But you could play root position. So, of course, root position E minor would be this. If you play first inversion, then you're just putting the notes in the order G, B, and E. And then it goes to an F sharp 7. So the notes for F sharp 7, and here's the thing, you may find that if you do some of these inversions, they make it a little easier with transitioning. So if you play the first inversion E minor, it's very easy to transition that into an F sharp 7 root position. Because the E, the high E stays in the chord. You go. F sharp 7 is a 4-note chord. And the notes are F sharp, A sharp, C sharp, E. So you're going from here So in essence, what you're doing is you're taking these two fingers and you're moving them back 1/2 step from white keys to black keys. The E stays put, and then if you can add a C sharp, you have this. And then we have a B minor. You could go to root position for this. This is totally fine for the word moment. Then D over E. Root position is totally fine. Okay, and then the next section, we won't say goodnight. C sharp minor. Root position is totally fine. Now here we go. This chord's really pretty. A add 2. So you play an A chord, root position A chord is totally fine. And then you add a B. The B is the 2. And you think about it, A is 1, B is 2. But here's what makes the chord so pretty. The F sharp bass note on the bottom. And you hear it in context. And the resolution of that chord is to simply remove the 2. So you start with the 2 and straight A over F sharp, right? B minor, D over E, and that goes like this. Until the last minute. Okay, now this C sharp chord is the last thing that you're going to play that kind of sets you up into going to this next section, which I did not write for you because I want to keep your assignment very attainable. Goes to just a C sharp major chord like that, and then that leads into the next chord, which is going to be that chord. So anyway, I'm going to play what we have so far, the new stuff for today. I'll play it together slowly, starting before you go. That's everything. So if you do it like freestyle, like the song kind of is, there's a little hint of a tempo in there, but you can, when you want to allude more to the tempo, that's where you'll do kind of like a little bit of a pulse to what you're playing. Otherwise, you could just lay the chord out and sing. Part of the reason why I gave you this format of putting the chord above the lyric, as you can see, it's very specific. The chord is above the syllable. So that, for example, the A add 2 over F sharp doesn't go over the word good night. It goes over night.
Okay.
It's very important that you pay attention to that alignment. I'm going to play it again for you, the new stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, I screwed that up. We'll just do it again. Yeah, you could hear the melody in your head as I'm playing that, right? All right.